Welcome to the Justice Podcast, the second episode. With me are Awesome P.
Hey.
And Aidan.
What's up?
So, Aidan, you're new here.
Yep.
Well, it's the second episode, so most people are new. How's it going? What are you doing here?
It's going good. People decided to have me on because, I don't know, I guess I'm good at Justice, I guess. And, yeah, that's about it. You probably know me from the Scopo server or from the top of Leaderboards.
Right, because you're a very adamant multiplayer grinder as well, right?
Yep.
How many top 3s did you get? I think it must
around
have been
15.
in dozens, right?
Around 15 or so. I kind of stopped counting.
That's very impressive.
Thank you.
I think you're one of the most recurring players in the leaderboards I've seen.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
What motivates you to grind that often and that hard?
I'm still not really sure. I don't know what it is. I've fallen in love with the game. I've been in love with the game for a while now, so I guess it was only fitting for me to eventually get to the top of leaderboards.
Right. And how long have you been playing again?
For 8 years and 1 month.
For 8 years. Wow.
Oh my god.
I know you've built up quite the account in that time.
Definitely.
What was your goal again? Every card Elite 10?
Yeah, every card Elite 10.
How's that going so far?
It's going good. I've been whittling it down for a while. I think I have like 6 or 7 left.
Only 6 or 7 out of 144 cards.
Yep.
Damn. Alright, Awesome P, how's it going with you this week?
It's going good. Last week I got to first place on the iOS leaderboards, but this week I'm taking a break. I've been focusing on defense teams really, and like experimenting with them.
Right, because last week you were the number 1, right?
Yeah.
You got the rewards for change.
I'll have my best of the best title, which is pretty cool because I've been working for that for a while.
Yeah, congratulations on that. So you said you were trying out new defense teams.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Sure. So right now I'm trying a defense team with X-Knight the Flash, New 52 Shazam, and Flashpoint Aquaman. And that's been working pretty well for me. But they are like kind of low stats. They have like 35,000 damage, 60,000 health, so it's not that hard, but yeah.
Right, and what's your goal in defense teams? Is it most battle rating or is it just victories?
I've a few months ago I got like a 9 defense win streak with my Blackest Night team. But now I have a little bit more knowledge on defense teams, so I'm gonna try and beat that record. I'm gonna try to get 10 or more potentially.
Right, and doesn't matter to you what stats, like what bracket the team is in.
It does not matter at all to me.
Right. Well, then you might want to just slap on some gears on bronze cards.
Well, the problem with bronze defense teams is that you get attacked very rarely compared to when you have higher stats. So you want to mix between stats. You don't want them too high, so that's hard. And like the enemies have like really good gear, so they can basically just beat you anyway. But you also don't want your stats too low, so that no one attacks you, right?
Right. So how's your new team working for you?
It's actually going really well. I got 1 5-win streak earlier this week. Got another 7-win streak a couple days ago, and then I have another 5-win streak going right now.
Wow, that is impressive.
I think my current ratio, I think I have 18 wins and 9 losses.
That's pretty good, like especially considering like revenge matches. That's pretty impressive. Aidan, have you given defense teams some thought?
Yeah, I've given it some thought, but I don't feel like I've given it a lot as I should. Especially since I have a high level new 52 Shazam, so I can pretty much do have I could probably do a lot more than I am right now.
Okay, so why don't you?
Yeah. So my current defense team is Flashpoint Aquaman, Flashpoint Batman, and New 52 Shazam, and I feel like that's been working out really well. One season I got to like top 10% with that team, like just with defense wins.
Right, yeah, that's pretty classic defense team, right? I think it was MG you came up with it.
Yeah.
MG came up with it, and then hackers kind of stole it, and then it kind of took over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a solid team. It's very hard to beat.
Yep.
I feel like, just in regards to that team, like, it's a really good defense team, but I feel like most people just automatically assume that's the best defense team, right? When there's like so much more you can do, like a lot more than offense teams. Really, it's like it requires a lot of creativity. And I feel
Right.
like there are a lot of really good defense teams that you could make that don't get a lot of attention because people just hail that as the best one, right?
Right.
Yeah. And it's also like, contrary to offense teams, you don't really get instant feedback in a way that you get when you can just make a team and then play a match or ladder,
Right.
and then you know instantly if it's any good. To get
Kind of hard to
to like
judge
know
how
if
good
a defense team works. It's gonna take a long time because you need at least like 4 matches or so. So, what do you guys think of this week's rewards? Like the
I
challenge?
really like them.
I do like Flashpoint Aquaman, but I'm gonna keep him at Elite 3 no matter what I get because I like using him in defense teams, and also I like using him. Don't use him much outside of that, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good reason. I'd say like Elite 3 to 5 is about where you want him. Because he can be crit augmented, and then especially with Flashpoint Batman.
If he is crit augmented, he could do like even though he's only at Elite 3, he does like 35,000 damage. His special 2 could still like one shot like Elite 10 characters potentially, right?
Right.
Special 2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Aiden, what do you think of Flashpoint Aquaman?
I really like him as a character. He's very versatile. I mean, he has great synergy with Flashpoint, Batman, and Deathstroke, and I like his high stats.
Right, yeah.
I agree.
I think his passive is really underrated because it's not just like a damage reduction, because 20% isn't that good overall, but it's a reflection as well. So it can be, and it works for teammates, for Flashpoint teammates. So you
Speaking of
can,
damage reduction,
yeah,
I just realized, Red Sun Green Lantern, right? If you put him on a team with a New 52 Shazam, even if he's not evolved, he should be immune to specials, right?
yeah.
Sorry, I just thought of that.
All right, that was okay. Yeah, I've seen Scopus use that Green Lantern often in his defense teams lately. So it must be good, right? It must be a good decision. But I think defense team wise, New 52 Shazam really, especially when he's evolved, he's a must have, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. He's like, he's like the catalyst for most of the high level defense teams in the game, and 2, he's like insane in Survivor. I feel like people really overrate Batman and Catwoman and underrate him. Well, like I don't think Batman and Catwoman is that bad. Like she's definitely overrated by the community a lot, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm.
Maybe it's just we're a bit biased because at later stages of the game you don't really need a character with basic attack damage. And
Yeah, that's true.
a defensive passive with like a damage reduction that works well with some of the best gears in the game. That's more useful to us.
He's also just like he's got a good special 2. He can be a good special 2 Gary, so
Yeah, and he has a ton of damage, right?
yeah.
And he can be an amazing tank.
He's a really versatile character, I feel. and he allows other characters to be more versatile.
Yeah.
Kind of fits into every role because he's a support in the sense that he makes other characters better just by being on the team. He's a tank because obviously you can make him a good tank, right? And then he's a carry because you can make him a good carry.
Yeah, he has the damage stat to back it up. Maybe it's just the only drawback is that his special 2 doesn't. It can only KO one opponent unless you've got bleed applied. But to do that in a defense team, it's a bit overkill.
Yeah, I wouldn't use him with the Batman Who Laughs on the defense team. I used to, and that worked out pretty well, but it's only because it was like a lower stat team than what I usually use. So it was a lot easier for me to get wins. So I tricked myself into believing it was a better defense team than it was. I ended up switching it, and now it's something different that I talked about earlier.
Yeah, and on top of that, metal guards always have an advantage in defense, right? Because their stats get boosted a bit more each promotion.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, I sometimes I forget about that, and then I look at like people's metal stats, and I'm like, whoa.
Right.
Yeah.
Like 200k damage or something. So yeah, Flashpoint Aquaman, I think he's a great card. I wouldn't necessarily need to promote him because his passive doesn't really affect, or his use doesn't really affect anything stat-wise, right? So it's more of a percentage-based passive. Right, and then the challenge of this week, Hawk Girl Earth 2. What do you think of those?
She's underrated.
I don't use her, so I couldn't tell you a thing.
Aidan,
I think she's underrated.
Why do you think she's underrated?
Because her passive works well with both of her specials. She has really good synergy with Earth 2 since Flash can stun on Tegan, and she could be a really good special 2 carry since it's quick and does a lot of damage.
Right. Her damage stat isn't bad, but I wouldn't say it's great. Like alone. You know, without the team.
I feel like I might be wrong, but I feel like she has the highest stats of any Hawk Girl, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
No, she does.
Okay.
Highest damage, at least.
I mean, you don't really use any of the Hawk Girls for their stats, though.
No. Maybe early game.
I don't know, man. I feel like Hawk Girl is just like a really good character overall. All of the variants are like good.
Yeah, you think so? I think.
Yeah.
Well, Prime Hawk Girl, obviously,
yeah.
Right? Obviously.
Yeah, definitely the best. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's debatable. I mean, it's kind of debatable whether Black is Hawk Girl is better because I think her passive is just that good. But I don't know.
But just because of that potential for the Luchador Bane team, I'd say Prime Hawk Girl. And like the, I think MG's bronze team, where he just uses bronzes and DOT.
Yeah.
I think the potential is just way better. But like her special 2 isn't that great. Her stats are kind of bad. Special 1 is okay if you like stun. Or if you need stun, right?
Yeah.
But it's just the passive that carries her.
100%.
So what other Hawk Girls are there?
Regime.
Yeah.
She's probably the weakest one. Definitely the weakest one.
Yeah, because her passive is like 100% crit chance if you complete a minigame, right?
Yeah, if you get 200% on the rapid tab.
The special 2, yeah. And that, I mean, the special 2 itself is pretty bad. But maybe if you gear her with like crit damage boost gears, because it's only the last few hits, right? That crit.
It's the last 3, and there's only 4 hits.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to chain.
I'm sorry, I had to step out for a few minutes. What are we talking about?
Regime Hawk Girl.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of her?
I think she's good. I think she's a good special 2 carry, but I don't use her much, so maybe she's not as good in practice as she is on in paper. I don't know.
She's not even like that good of a carry, because her damage is just like kind of like meh.
Right.
Yeah, but technically, if you had her like crit damage augmented,
Yeah, but who isn't good crit damage augmented, right?
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like technically, she does, receive, like, he receives a buff. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying.
I mean, she could technically, at her best, do a bit more damage than like the other standard carries. But I don't think it'd be worth it. Because survivor augments are rare and hard to come by.
Yeah.
And there's 144 other characters in the game that I'd rather use.
Where did we put her on the tier list we made?
I'd put her in like B tier.
We put her in like C or B.
Yeah, but
Nah, probably C
we
tier.
never
Actually,
used
like,
her.
like
So.
high C tier.
Hang on, let me find it.
I think I used her special 2 like once or twice just to measure the data for the sheet I was making. And I didn't like it. But I mean, she was Elite 0, so I might be biased.
Okay, so we put her like high C tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I still agree.
Yeah, I think we were. Yeah, that's where we put her. Yeah.
So, Awesome P, are you still thinking of promoting anyone past Elite 10? Maybe Azad, Aquaman, or Shazam for this week's breakthrough.
Zod, Aquaman, or Shazam. No, I don't have direct promotions for any of those characters. And assuming that I did, I guess I would promote like Prime Shazam, or yeah, I'd probably promote Prime Shazam.
Is it even possible to have a direct promotion for Prime Shazam? Isn't he
Don't know.
only available in the gold booster pack?
No, I don't think you can get him direct promoted.
Okay, well, and
Right.
I have him at like Elite 1, so.
How about a Zod character?
The Zod character?
Yeah?
General Zod is, I would rather use him as a tank, because I think he has like a good damage reduction passive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I'm Zod. I have no clue about.
Regular
I think
Zod
his
is
special 2 is
trash.
unblockable, but that's it.
Nah, I don't even think that's unblockable.
No?
Nah, I think you're thinking of Regime Superman. Because they both have like laser eye passives. Or not passives, special 2s.
Oh yeah, which is
Right.
worse, do you think? Regime Superman or Prime Zod?
Prime Zod's probably better just because he doesn't have a reduced damage special 2.
Right.
Regime Superman is.
Although
The most
Superman
useless
has a way more passive, although it is temporary.
I mean, it's kind of useless eventually, right?
Yeah, because it's only for like 8 seconds or so.
Yeah, and if you're playing matches that are like 30 seconds max, you're not going to use it ever.
Yeah.
Unless you're losing in 30 seconds. Right? What, who loses, am I right?
Yeah,
No, man.
I haven't lost a battle since 1992.
Right, yeah. Years before I was born, I haven't even lost a battle.
I lost a battle before I was born, but since I was, no, not a chance.
My mom lost a battle once, but after I was born, no, I never lost.
Yeah.
Even Survivor, every time I play it, I just complete it. Right?
You win Survivor every single time, right?
Every single time.
Ooh,
Yep.
gotta ask that every time someone comes on the podcast. Aiden, have you ever beaten Survivor?
Nope. Unironically, no.
Welcome to the club, man. keep getting bullied just because I haven't completed Survivor yet.
I guess that's something I have to add to my bucket list, or my Injustice bucket list, to beat Survivor eventually.
He was
Yeah, but I
really
think it's
upset when
harder
I
for you.
told him about it.
Oh, right, because I have like higher promoted cards.
Yeah, or at least no differences in promotions. But you do have a highly promoted Shazam, so
You have an
that
evolved
might
Shazam.
help you.
Yeah, that's definitely going to help me out a lot.
If you were to go about it, how would you do it?
I'd probably just copy MG's thing that he did, or whatever teams that he did.
That's how I won.
Yeah, in one day, might I add.
Hey, once you have an evolved Shazam, you could probably do it in like a day.
Do you know how long it's taken me to get even close, right? I've saved
Hey,
up
man.
8,000 F metal in like half a year, and I'm still nowhere close.
Then my Shazam's Elite 1. If I can do it, you can do it.
I tried like 40 times. Like not even kidding, 40 times. And I keep dying in battle 19. Sorry?
You tried just straight copying MG's build.
Yeah.
Okay, well, try it again.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Sensei. Well, he's a teacher. He's a sensei now, so.
That's what happens. That's what happens to mentors in movies. They just die midway through the movie every single time.
Yeah, that's why you should never try to teach anyone anything, because as soon as you do, you know you're gonna die one day.
Teachers are in constant fear of being killed on the spot.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I don't share any of my Injustice secrets.
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
You get it.
Like, I'd never make like a podcast about my gameplay.
Yeah. No, that'd be ridiculous.
That would be stupid, right?
Be dead already.
Right. Exactly.
We're not, so we're safe.
You're making false claims here. This is all lies, by the way. It's all. None of it is usable. So please don't use it. It has to be, right? Or else we're dead.
Anyway, you know, I've never tried it, like, so, like, Scopos' grinding team, his, like, speed grinding team involves Earth 2 the Flash, right?
Yeah.
I have
original one.
never tried that version of the team.
Don't
No?
try it. It's not that good.
No, right.
I would, probably, but I don't have direct promotions for Earth 2 the Flash. Is he in the challenge cycle?
I think
He
so.
was.
Right, well then I just missed it a bunch. Like even if he was, I think I'd prefer Flashpoint Batman or Gaslight Batman.
He was back in July.
Or even Prime Batgirl.
You know, there are a bunch of people you can use with them.
Yeah. I think Scopus used Prime, or he used Prime Joker last season. Or is using it this season.
Yeah, but he's gotta be just like. It can't be serious, right? Because he's used the Merciless, and there's no way. The Merciless is the most efficient character.
Merciless isn't that bad with him. I mean, it's not like the most efficient, but it's pretty good.
Like, why though?
Because the shield on Taggin, if you have his passive fully evolved, it gives a lot of health, which ordinarily wouldn't be that good, but like if you're in a sticky situation, you can tag in Hot Girl, and she'll have extra health. And you know what, now that I'm explaining it, it doesn't sound that great, so...
No.
Also, if you have his passive evolved, you probably have him at like at least like 4 or 5. So at that point, it's like his stats are too high to use it.
Yeah.
True.
So who do you guys prefer to be the third man for the Lucha Bane team then?
I use Prime Batgirl.
I'm Flashpoint Batman all the way.
I use Gaslight Batman. Aiden, why do you use Batgirl?
Yeah, I use Prime Batgirl.
Why?
Because she gives a bar of power to everyone at the start. So then if Lucy Bane doesn't crit or doesn't stun, then he has a second special one to use.
Yeah, but isn't her special one a bit slow or annoying to use?
It's like a 5% swipe.
Yeah, that's a worst swipe. That's
Yeah,
a
it's
worst
a bit.
mini game.
It's a bit annoying. Yeah, it is a swipe, but I don't find myself using it all that or a special one all that often. So it kind of like bounces out, I think.
I still definitely could not imagine myself playing thousands of games in a row with her, unlike I frequently do with the Batman and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
If I only use the Lucy Bane team, I think my opinion would probably change. But as of right now, Prime Miracle's the best for me.
I just use anyone with an aiming minigame. Just one tap, and then it's easier on the fingers. Because I've had seasons where I've had to use the Lucy Bane team exclusively. So thousands of matches with tagging in that character. And if you're gonna be swiping like 20 times each match,
it's hard on the fingers, man.
yeah, you're gonna die, right? Your hand's gonna fall off.
Yeah. We're all gonna turn 40 and develop arthritis.
Yeah, we're gonna turn 20 and develop arthritis.
Did you used to use Ares Prime? What do you think of that?
I mean, I used him before I had Claw Force, so I didn't really do anything DOT or Gear Shatter wise. So I just used this special too, but it only triggered because I used the Scimitar to get 1 bar of power. So then you only really have one special 2 ready, and it's still hard on the fingers because it's kind of like the same mini game as Lucifer Bane. But if you're gonna be using them like only that one for 1,000 matches, then your hand's still gonna hurt.
Honestly, the reason I like any of the Batman really, or any of the Batman with the better special one, is because like it's 2 dot applications or gear applications, which doesn't sound that like easy when you're working with Master's Death card on your character. It still makes a slight difference, and they have an aiming mini game, and also their special one lasts a long enough time where like you can get through the whole thing, and then you can immediately swap back to Lucy Bane.
Yeah.
You don't have to like delay. You don't have to delay finishing the minigame.
Yeah, and you can if you use. I'm not sure if this is the case with all the Batman with that minigame, but when you use 3 heavy swipes, then the character falls back, and then you use a special one. Then it has a chance of shattering gear 3 times. When it just doesn't connect, right? When the first few hits don't connect. So then you can shatter 3 gears in the first tag in.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
I could have been doing that this whole time.
I use it in Survivor all the time. Because it's also 3 DOT applications.
I really gotta start grinding Survivor again, man. I want an evolved Batman Ninja Nightwing. I'm 1 copy away, but I'm never gonna get it if I keep just like playing 1 round of Survivor every 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't play it either, and I really should. Just because I have like 10 characters that I want to crit augment, but I just don't have well, I do have the time, but I don't have the willpower to do Survivor like 5 rounds or 5 rounds and 16 matches every day. It's like 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that playing Survivor. I don't know if it's even worth it.
I want to get back in the habit of doing it just because I'm really desperate for incidental and crit augments.
Yeah. Okay, I need to augment my Arkham Ancestral.
But like honestly, once I finish augmenting Flashpoint Batman and I get my Nightwing evolved, I really could not care less about continuing playing Survivor. That's a me thing.
Yeah. I mean, having Nightwing evolved is a real great thing to have, right? Aiden.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine not having him evolved. Right? Am I right? Can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Wait, PG, do you have evolved metals?
Yeah. Nightwing.
Right.
That's it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Alright, well
You're
now,
great
now
shape.
I know that I have to get him. Now I'm just gonna grind.
Yeah.
Dude, it took me forever to get Batman Who Laughs evolved. I think though. I keep sorry. Keep going.
Go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I evolved. Nightwing was my second to last one I needed evolved, and then once I evolved him, it took me like 2 months to get Batman Who Laughs evolved. I only needed like 2 copies.
Oh, boy. Alright. Well, it might take me a month then, who knows?
You know how long it's taken me
I'm
to
gonna
get
try
2
it.
copies of New 52 Shazam? It's still not It's taken like half a year, I think.
Uh-oh.
No,
Oh.
that's a bit too much. Like 4 months. It's taken 4 months, and I still haven't gotten a single copy. So we were talking about Zod, right? About the breakthrough.
I don't remember anymore.
I mean, I was talking about Zod. I have, in fact, broken him through, if that's how you say that.
Oh, that's,
Because,
you have Elite 10 Zod?
no, I have an Elite 7 Zod, but I have the option for an Elite 10 Zod, right?
Well, now that you've gotten him to Elite 7, why not just bite the bullet and get him to Elite 10?
Because I don't know if I want to do that for balancing reasons.
Oh yeah, does he have like low stats? Because if he has high stats, he might as well, but if he has low
Both
stats...
Zods have terrible stats.
Yeah, it's low stats, yeah.
Alright, well then you should keep him at Elite 7.
Yeah.
Be like a normal character is Elite 4.
Yeah. Sadly. Have you guys taken a look at the multiplayer leaderboards right now?
Yeah,
Crazy,
Scopus
man.
and Noah in first and second.
Yeah, with a lot of battle rating, right? For a normal
Yeah,
season.
fun. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone with this much battle rating since the summer, I think.
At some point I want to get like... I want to have another 20 mil season. I want to go for 25 mil at some point, but I just don't have the energy anymore.
I don't think I'll ever go like beyond.
You could definitely get 25 mil. It's like an extra 10 hours of grinding, I think. If you get like 500,000 an hour, which is about what I get, then it's like an extra, it would be 10 hours.
I get slightly lower than that. I get 450,000 an hour, but
So it'd be maybe like 12.
yeah. If I had recharges at my disposal, I could totally get 25 mil. It's like, well, I don't want to say I could totally, because like I don't. The small amount of recharges isn't going to make much of a difference. If I had like a few hundred recharges, I could definitely get it, right? The problem is I'm always broke.
Right, yeah. That's a difficult problem to solve in Injustice.
The highest amount of recharges I've ever had at once was like 110, and that's because I bought $10 worth.
I think recharges are the only worthwhile investment, like real money wise, in the game. Unless you want to like complete your collection and buy a Dawn of Justice pack.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I have a question. Is it more efficient to grind epic battles or ultimate ladders if you want recharges? Like, which gives you more?
Ultimate definitely gives you more recharges. I'm like 99% sure.
Yeah, but I think Epic might be
Oh, because there's less battles.
more efficient. Because you can do it quicker, right? You can complete it quicker.
Yeah.
And even just standard battles give you, or quick battles, give you recharges sometimes.
Yeah, but I think at that point, it's like, the change is so low that it's not worth it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if the stats of the drop rates are available anywhere. How do you even go about measuring it?
Knowing MG probably posted them on Reddit somewhere.
Yeah,
I feel
probably
like that's the
already
kind of thing.
found
Yeah.
this out.
No, I'm pretty sure he did. Like, actually, I'm pretty sure he did at some point, but I don't remember when. I think the chances of getting recharges is like 15% of any drop. I don't know. That could be a completely wrong number. That's
Right, but if you're gonna save up for like 25 mil, you're gonna need, and I'm not being like, I'm not trying to be mean, but you're gonna need about 1,000 at least.
okay. How much would 1,000 give you? That's like, what is that? A what? That's a lot, right?
It's a lot, but it's
I don't need.
it's not even 25 mil, I think.
Okay, well, I don't need 25 mil worth of recharges because I know if I had that, I could definitely do it.
Well, 3 recharges is 5. It's,
Cause like I'm pretty sure. What was that? Yeah, like grinding with recharges, I've done small experiments. It basically doubles my grinding speed, so I could do it in like it would be the equivalent of grinding like 12 mil at least for me. So I could definitely do that, but like
I haven't done any large-scale testing with me using recharges, mainly because I'm a stingy bitch. And I don't
no,
like
I
using
haven't either. It's entirely been you know, like small scale.
I mean, in the past I've compared some grinding speeds with and without recharges, but I did use a different team. I used the Ares team, so I'm not sure how that would match up to what I currently use.
Based on your experience, AG, because I'm pretty sure we do grind at a similar rate. Like how much do you get? If you had to estimate, how much do you get an hour with recharges?
Well, that depends. Like if you're going for 1 hour and you're focused, I'd say about 800,000.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Okay.
But if you're not focused, or if it's like your 5th hour in a row, it's gonna be about 600,000 an hour.
Right. What did MG get? Because he got like 1 million something, right, in an hour.
Got like 1 million in 1 hour. It was crazy.
In 1 and 5 minutes.
And also, MP, you said the recharges doubled your grinding speed?
Just
Around.
about. Yeah.
I'm now thinking about it more and probably not as much as I thought. I don't think I'll be getting 900,000 an hour.
I could probably get close to MG's.
Well, I think I've tried quite a few times and failed quite a few times. I mean, every time. I think the problem is we've bought health augments or health support cards, right? So that makes matchmaking more difficult for us, and so it's always going to be slightly slower.
Definitely wish I didn't buy the Alliance credit health cards, but here we are.
If I could sell them, I'd give my kidney in order to be able to sell those cards.
Wait, I have a question. What do you think's one feature they should like add to the game? The developers.
That's a good question. I've never been like big on the updates thing. I mean, I'm fine with the current state of injustice. I guess like fixing bugs that are inconvenient. Besides that, I don't really know.
I think they should either they should like transfer your credits into other forms of credits, or they should make a way to directly buy augments.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No. Definitely. That's a good suggestion. If there was like an augment pack that you could buy for like a certain amount of credits, hopefully one that doesn't include XP augments.
Even if it was like 50,000 credits and you'd give you like 5 of each to like a major form, I think that'd be good.
That'd be really good.
Even if it's like 200k, it'd still
I
be
would buy
worth
that
it.
if it was 300k.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a good idea, just because right now the hackers don't have like an easy way to get their hands on them. So that's really the only thing that's keeping the multiplayer somewhat balanced. Because imagine if you face a full Elite 7 metal team, fully crit augmented.
That'd be crazy. And they're already annoying to deal with anyways now.
Right, yeah, that's one hit and you're dead, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I could have one update, and
like an
given that they've
anti-cheat
like focused on multiplayer first, like fixed the hacker problem,
Yeah.
let's say, to add the ability to sell promotions from a card, like for the same price that you would sell a spare copy.
Hmm.
So you could demote whenever you want.
Yes, that would be good.
That would be great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to give up any of my Elite 10s.
Whoopsie.
Yeah,
Well,
you wouldn't, but
not for you.
I mean, I'd kill for it, right? Just the ability to demote like my Lucy Bane 1 or 2 promotions or something.
Honestly, I would demote my Arkham Knight Batman if I could keep the copies.
Your Arkham Knight Batman. Why?
Because I would rather use him as like a tank than a carry, even with the build. Want to talk about that, AG?
Yeah, sure. What build are you talking about?
I think you know which Arkham Knight Batman build I'm talking about.
I can't seem to remember which one you mean, right?
All right, and
Zod.
So what's it called?
Aiden has no idea what we're talking about.
No,
I literally don't know. What we're talking about.
sorry. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The only one I probably demote is my Dawn versus Batman because I'm probably not gonna get to Elite 7 or Elite 10, and it doesn't really make much of a difference if I have it at Elite 0 or Elite 1. So
Yeah. And it would just be like, better. That's for matchmaking, I guess. How do you? That's a question that I've had. Since you have all your characters at Elite 10, how do you grind more efficiently with matchmaking? Because I know you use primarily like 1 gold card and then silvers and bronzes, but like, how does that work exactly?
right. Well, the way the matchmaking works is that it compiles all of your stats and then it gives you teams to fight against that have like around the same like total stats. So it's much easier. It's much easier to fight a team of like Elite 7 golds with low gears than to have 3 Elite 10 golds on your team and then fight other 3 Elite 10 golds with like high gear.
Yeah, that's probably why I don't want to be like a collector in Injustice, just because I don't want to have to deal with that. And also because I like using, teams like in offense without running the risk of, dying every like 5 epic ladders.
Right. And there's also like, unless you started playing 8 years ago, you don't really have a chance to complete your collection now, I think. Or it's gonna be like a 3-year project.
Yeah.
So if you had to guess, when do you think, you have like some of the highest elite medals in the game. When do you think you're gonna have your first Elite 7?
First Elite 7? Probably in the next 2 or 3 years. It takes a while. My closest right now is my Catwoman, and I need like 10 copies.
Anyway, do y'all want to wrap up?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Huge congrats to Scopos and Noah for being at the top of the leaderboard right now. I know Noah's really glad about taking over Green Greed.
Yeah, I mean, they're really going at it this week. Props to them.
I haven't seen a season this competitive in like a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one where I was like this close, not to toot my own horn, but I think it was when I fought that one hacker where I sniped him. That's probably the last time I was like this competitive.
Yeah. It's rarely like very competitive anymore. It's either just no one is really playing, or it's overkill, right? So like Scopos is number 1 with a 5 million lead.
It's probably just like since it's the holiday break, people have more time.
Did you remember that season when you got 32 mil and I got 18.5 mil?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like a large amount of people thought that wasn't planned, and that I was like really sad or something.
Really?
Because like, why would they know that we were like planning that?
Oh right, yeah.
Like earlier.
Yeah. I sometimes wonder what people who are just not involved in the sub and not involved in like the Discord or Scopo's community, what they think of when they see the leaderboard.
I got pinged a lot of times last season, particularly in the wiki server, because I'm not as active there. Neither are like you guys. I got pinged a few times. And there were people saying like, "Are you scared that Spectre and Scopers are going to overtake you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not, because I'm not going to, because they wouldn't do that, right?"
Right.
Like, to them, it's like, you guys are two of the best multiplayer grinders in the game. Like, you know, you totally have the option of doing that, so why wouldn't you? To that, right?
Right.
Right. Well, I think people overestimate the amount of time I have in a week, and underestimate how much it takes to get even 10 million.
Yeah.
Like 10 million, you already gotta have some time off, right? Like a couple hours a day to just play. And then if you're going above that 20 million, then you've really gotta have some time, right? Like at least, how much time would you need to play? Let's say.
For me, I would need 40 hours.
Yeah.
At least.
For 20 million, yeah, I would need like 45 hours.
Yeah, I think it goes up the higher your goal is, the more time you need in comparison.
I feel like, yeah, because like people think, well, they get a high amount of like high battle rating numbers. It must be like super easy. Like you can just do it in like a couple days. You can get like 20 mil, which is not at all realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and why would you want to, right? When you can win with 10 million.
Yeah. I guess you do it every once in a while just to, you know, for a new personal record.
Yeah, but even now, it's not even for the rewards, right? Because you can't count on getting the rewards now.
Now that I have my best to best title, I don't really care about rewards at all. Honestly, I don't care if Max really like steals my rewards or anything anymore.
Yeah.
Right, you gotta expect nothing, hope for like second or third.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the Injustice Podcast, episode 2.
Right, second episode. Hopefully, people listen to the end. If you did, please tell us, because we like to know how many of you listen to the whole thing, or at least to this part.
Comment watch to the end.
Yeah. Anyway, if you have like something you'd like to discuss, or maybe questions or anything, please post them in the comments, and we will see them and we will respond to them in the next episode.
Yep.
Thanks for listening. Thanks Aidan for being here. Thanks
Yep,
also P for being here again. And yeah, bye.
'Cause we